Welcome to Dundee, the sunniest city in Scotland, and it's certainly living up to its reputation today. I'm at Discovery Point in Dundee. It's so called because of the RRS, the Royal Research Ship Discovery, which you can see behind me, I think. Yep, just about. And we're waiting for the open-top bus to arrive, which will give us a tour round Dundee and its most important landmarks. So why don't you join me on a tour of Dundee? Here we have the V&A. The Discovery. And Discovery Point, and you can go in there for the exhibition and a tour of the ship as well. Apologies for the bumpy footage to start, it does even out, honest. These tours run every day from 30th of April to the 11th of September, that's in 2022, and every half hour from 9:30 AM leaving from Discovery Point. You can hop on and off the bus all day if you wish to spend time at the various points. I'll put a link to everything in the description below. If you stay on the bus for the full tour, the total journey time is around 50 minutes. This is my review of the tour. Watch it to the end to see if I would recommend it. On entering the bus, you're given headphones to enable you to listen to the audio commentary. I have to say here that the commentary is not always in sync with the journey. If you're familiar with Dundee, you can spot it immediately. If you're a tourist, I think it must be a bit disconcerting trying to find a landmark to go with the commentary. This is always going to be the case with an audio commentary, as unforeseen delays can occur. I said in the intro that the tour would visit the city's most important landmarks. Well, in my view, it misses out a few, including a couple it has on its tour map, like Dundee Museum of Transport and Dundee Castle. Dundee has many one-way streets, but I'm not convinced that excuses the number of times this bus doubles back on itself. The bus goes along the Nethergate a couple of times, it passes the Westport a couple of times, and it goes up and down the Hilltown. As it stands, the commentary's okay, but often being out of sync with the landmarks is annoying. Having said all that, the tour did have a couple of significant highlights, not just for me but for the other passengers who shared the journey with me, including children. Firstly was the trip up the Dundee Law. Admittedly, the bus only goes halfway up, but if you know Dundee at all, you will understand how difficult it would be to drive round the monument at the top. The halfway stop gives fantastic views across the city from Broughty Ferry to the West End, including both the road and rail bridges. In addition, you could get off the bus at this point and use the path behind the stop to walk up to the top of the Law and get another bus back. The second highlight for those on the bus was a trip across the Tay Bridge and the drive back, looking at that iconic view as you approach Dundee from Fife. Just don't look over the side of the bus if you are at all vertiginous. You can see why the bridge is closed to high-sided vehicles when it's windy. If you're enjoying this video, then please do subscribe. It's free. Go below, hit the red subscribe button and click the notification bell. You can also hit the thumbs up and leave a like if you wish, or even leave a comment. Thank you. If I were to score this trip out of 10, it would have to be a 7. What would it take to bring it up to a 10 for me? Two things. The first would be to do less doubling back on itself and to add other points of interest. The bus could have driven along Riverside Drive, giving a close-up of the rail bridge, past the airport and on to stop at the Botanic Gardens. The gardens, I'm sure, would be a huge attraction, especially with the greenhouses and coffee shop. I'm sure it could have included other landmarks like Claypot's Castle, Broughty Castle and the beach. The second thing that it would take to bring it up to a 10 would be the introduction of a live tour guide, knowledgeable of the history and heritage of Dundee, who could keep the commentary on track if there were any delays on the route, and fill in with lots of interesting facts about the city. Perhaps instead of the buses doing the same tour every half hour, they could do two different tours, a west tour and an east tour. I may be sounding a wee bit critical of the tour, however, it is great to see something like this starting in Dundee, and credit to Explore Dundee for giving it a go. Would I recommend the tour? 100% yes, I would. It is value for money and was certainly enjoyed by the other passengers I shared my journey with. But it could be better. So if you are ever in Dundee, do ride the open bus top tour.